It's Sunday, which means it's time for a Sunday drive, and today we brought out our little tiny Corvette, which is so little that we appear to have lost it behind this massive Charger here.
It is a big Charger.
There it is.
Oh, look at that.
Now, obviously, this is not actually a Corvette, although it is a GM product. This is a 1971 Opel Gt, and it was designed around the same time as the 68 Corvette, but there is no proof that they were actually intended to look as much like each other as they do. GM owned Opel, and this car was actually imported as a Buick between 68 and I think 74.
So it's the Buick Opel GT.
Buick Opel GT.
Nice. Let me focus on the Opel emblem. That is the Blitz. Elana thinks it's a lightning bolt.
That's what Blitz means.
Is it really? All right.
So, I actually got this car because a neighbor got one, and I'd never seen one before. And once I did see it, I was like, dude, I have to have this. This is the very best thing. So, I really recommend all of you get one. And we'll talk a little bit about what to look for and how to find one. And Jim's gonna help, right, Jim?
Jim. Oh, there's a wiener dog. Hi, Jim. Hey, buddy.
He's German too, so he wanted to help out.
He had to come along.
What have we got for you? Let's look at the back.
I like the back of these cars.
It's kind of Ferrari Dino-esque.
I would
right?
call it that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The heaviest, biggest part on this entire car is the gas cap. I actually think it might weigh more than the engine.
It's at least a 5-pound gas cap, which has got to be a world record for gas cap weight.
I mean, seriously. I mean, I know I am a weakling, but this thing is massive. Tom's very favorite part of the Opel is exhaust.
It was told to me that the Opels were the Meineke specials in the 70s, and Meineke was a muffler chain. And if you look back here, it's got heavy-duty spring and an eye bolt currently holding up the muffler, but the stock setup is a giant rubber O-ring, and they constantly break. So I built that in hopes of keeping the exhaust on it, and now the actual exhaust is cracking. So it's the next weakest link, but I'm pretty satisfied with that hanger.
I feel like as we make repairs on the Opel and make the exhaust stronger, eventually just the entire car is going to crack in half, but the exhaust is going to be perfect. Let's show them the front.
We haven't covered the trunk.
Oh, there is no trunk. That's why we haven't covered it.
Oh, let's go in the front then.
I am going to open the engine
Perfect.
for you.
We're going to showcase the power plant,
Hang tight.
which takes
I'm
2
coming to your
people
rescue.
because you got to have a hood prop rod.
Well, I mean, normally people aren't trying to film while they're opening the hood, so this
Yeah.
is a problem just for us.
So this is the Opel 1.9 liter engine that we have bored out to a 2-liter size. It has the bigger 2-liter valves in the cylinder head. It is a cam in head design, not cam in block, not overhead cam, but the camshaft runs straight through the middle of the head. I don't know if anybody else ever did that, but Opel certainly got away with it.
It's a little weird.
Yeah. Ignition points for those that are concerned about our spark.
And who isn't concerned about our spark?
It's an important detail.
When we got this car, it was sort of running, although it wasn't running well. It had all the problems that Opels were stereotypically known for. It was overheating, and the brakes were bad, the headlight wiring was bad. But I think that one of the reasons that Opel's got a bad rap is that people just didn't take very good care of them. I feel like small cars get abused a lot. Like they're easier to forget about or something, so people just don't bother to do normal maintenance, like changing coolant and stuff. So once we rebuilt everything, upgraded the radiator, this car has been a champ.
Yep. She's been driving this car in LA traffic for years now.
I mean, I feel a little bit like a bot stot. I'm always worried someone's going to run over me, but it's worth it.
Well, there is maneuverability. Driving this car is like riding a motorcycle. You really got to look out for people, because even a Camry next to you is a giant vehicle.
Yeah, one time we were driving together and I looked out the window and I was like, oh man, that is a big monster truck. And Tom's like, that is a Ford Ranger.
Yep.
And not even the new one, the old one.
The small Ranger. So I'm really impressed with the brake booster on this. I've never seen a setup where it has two little hoses like that.
Yeah, that's a windshield wiper bottle.
Oh. Oh, there's the booster. Way up here in front of next to the radiator where you think it should be. let me walk around and show you guys the push rod that actuates that, because it is a heavy duty piece. Can you see it down in here in this tube? It's about 16 inches long, and that is to actuate the brake booster and master cylinder assembly.
And in like 1967, some German engineer was so proud of that push rod.
Yeah, and the guy that liked the windshield washer bottles, like, it has to be right there.
Front and center. Place of honor. I think one of the most impressive bits of engineering on the Opel is actually the headlights, and they're so cool that it's worth buying an Opel just to see how they work.
Just for the headlights.
Yeah.
Let's look at the lights. Hood is going down. There's a power bulge in the hood. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is to clear the air cleaner and carburetor assembly.
All the best cars.
All right. How about, let's see how the headlights work here.
All right, you ready? You ready for this? I mean, it's going to be overwhelming.
There they are. There they aren't.
Do you want that in slow motion?
Sure, let's do it again. That is a dramatic replay. So that is all mechanical linkage. It is a cable off of a lever hooked up to mechanical arms to make that all work. It's not electric, it's not vacuum. It's that little arm right there. You see that? That is the headlights.
And like, it's not that easy.
You have to use a big German arm to make that happen. All right, Wiener Dog, we're coming in. So there's the dashboard, the instruments. They're kind of cool. See all that? Everybody says Opels are slow. This one does 50 sitting still.
That's a real good joke, Tom.
Really cool steering wheel.
It does have a cool steering wheel.
This car has an aftermarket stereo from the 70s, and it takes 8 tracks.
That it doesn't work, but you know, I just sit in here singing Dolly Parton to myself anyway. So
all right.
It's,
well, I think we should take this car for a drive.
All right. I'm gonna move this Wiener Dog over your way.
Yep. Oh.
Show him the seatbelt.
Oh yeah, General Motors, the mark of excellence.
My mom's Impala had this exact same seatbelt, and it looked a lot smaller in that car.
All right, let's take it for a little drive here. Look at the size of this other car next to us. It's ridiculous. The Wiener Dog is moving around, making it quite challenging. Oh. Look at the size of this car.
I stalled it on purpose just so that you could look at how big the car is.
A dramatic reenactment right there. All right, let's go for a drive. Taking the Wiener Dog with us. So, driving this car, do you feel like you're at Disneyland?
In like, what was it, Autopia?
Autopia?
Yeah, definitely.
Because it certainly feels like that. It's like a go-kart for adults that you can take on the highway.
So it's like, it'll chirp them.
It will. It got some violence. The Wiener Dog approves.
I don't actually think he does approve. I think the Wiener Dog is kind of more fond of a smooth shift.
Mm-hmm. I think he likes it. You can drive it sanely too, whichever.
Yeah. See? Look at that. You didn't even know.
No, he didn't even notice it. The Wiener Dog approves of that.
Yes, the Wiener Dog likes his comfort. So I think that if you asked him, Jim would give the Opel 2 paws up. Maybe suggest purchasing one.
We should have a Wiener Dog paw rating system.
I mean, you could fit a lot of Wiener Dogs in an Opel, so already that's like a.
Let me give everybody the view out the hood here. With the Wiener Dog climbing, it's really challenging. So, yeah, it really is like Disneyland, like those little cars at Disneyland. Because you drive by these parked, that was like a parked Camry or Nissan or something, they look huge. Here's the weenie guy, taking it all in. All right. Well, I think that's a... What do you think, Jim? Do you think that was a good enough Opel GT review?
I mean, you know, ask us your Opel questions in the comments and we'll try and answer them, or we'll direct you to someone who can answer them, like Bill Wesson over at Opel GT Source.
There you go.
If you buy an Opel, let me know. I'm fond of the fellow Opel owners. We're all friends.
All right.
That's that.
All right, Jim. I think we're going to conclude, and that's going to be it. Hey, there you go.